Hello there, welcome to Brainytainment, your go-to channel for learning interesting and mind-boggling facts. Today we're tackling a topic that might make you wince just thinking about it, the notorious belly flop. We've all seen them, maybe even experienced one ourselves, but have you ever wondered about the science behind them, or even more fascinating, how dangerous can they really be? Well, you're in the right place because we're about to dive deep into this topic. So without further ado, let's dive into the science behind belly flops. Diving is an art, a beautiful display of agility and grace, but what happens when it goes wrong? Let's first talk about the proper way to dive. It's not just about jumping into the water, it's a delicate dance of physics, calculated movements, and a whole lot of practice. When executed correctly, a dive is an elegant plunge into the water where the body slices through the surface like a sharp blade, causing minimal splash. The ideal dive begins with a good approach. The diver must run with controlled speed, not too fast to lose balance, yet not too slow to lose momentum. The leap from the diving board is a pivotal moment. It's a push against gravity, a calculated arc, and a precise angle of entry into the water. Next comes the flight phase. This is where the diver's body shape comes into play. A streamlined body with arms stretched out and toes pointed maximizes aerodynamics, reducing air resistance and maintaining speed. Then comes the entry phase. The aim is to pierce the water surface with minimal disturbance. This requires the body to enter the water at an angle of about 30 degrees, leading with the hands, followed by the arms, head, shoulders, and so on, in a straight line. Now let's talk about the potential consequences of an improper dive. The most common mistake is the dreaded belly flop. If a diver enters the water flat with their belly hitting the surface first, the water's resistance against the body is immensely amplified. This can result in a painful slap and even cause injuries. The physics behind a belly flop are quite simple. Water, like any other matter, cannot be compressed. When a flat surface, like a belly, hits the water at high speed, the water pushes back with an equal force, causing a stinging sensation or worse, bruising or internal injuries. So diving isn't just about making a splash, it's about understanding the physics, practicing the technique, and respecting the power of water. As you can see, a wrong move can turn a beautiful dive into a painful belly flop. Have you ever wondered why belly flops hurt so much? Let's break down the science behind it. A belly flop, while amusing to onlookers, is a painful experience for the diver due to an abrupt halt in motion. This sudden stop is a result of the water's surface tension and the way the body's surface area interacts with it. When you dive normally, you slice through the water, creating a path of least resistance. However, when you belly flop, you hit the water flat, spreading the impact over a larger surface area. Now let's talk about the concept of surface tension. Water molecules tend to stick together, creating a sort of skin on the water's surface. This is what makes it possible for small insects to walk on water. When you belly flop, you're trying to break through this skin, and that's when the ouch factor kicks in. Think of it this way. If you slap a table with your hand flat, it hurts more than if you hit it with just a finger. Why? Because more of your hand comes into contact with the table, spreading the force of the impact over a larger area. The same principle applies to a belly flop. The larger the surface area that hits the water, the more force is distributed across your body. This means that instead of the force being concentrated in a small area, like in a regular dive, it's spread out across your stomach and chest. This dispersed force causes the stinging sensation you feel. Moreover, your body is composed of about 60% water. When you hit the water flat, it's like two similar substances colliding, and the water doesn't give way as easily as it would for a pointed object. So, the next time you dive, remember the science we've just discussed and try to avoid a belly flop. We've looked at why belly flops hurt, but how dangerous are they really? To answer this question, let's delve into the potential dangers that come along with the ungraceful flat entry dive known as the belly flop. While it may be a source of amusement at pool parties and diving competitions gone wrong, the belly flop is no laughing matter when it comes to the injuries it can cause. Firstly, let's talk about the impact. When you belly flop, you're essentially slamming your body into the water at a high velocity. Water, as we know, is not a soft cushion, but rather a hard surface when met at a high speed. This can cause immediate pain, redness and bruising on the surface of your skin, but the real danger lies beneath. The force of impact can potentially cause internal injuries. These can range from minor internal bruising to more serious conditions like ruptured spleens or kidney damage. These injuries are not immediately visible, and they can be extremely painful and even life-threatening if not treated promptly. Next, there's the risk of broken ribs. The rib cage, which protects our vital organs, is not designed to withstand the force of a belly flop. A strong enough impact can fracture or even break your ribs, leading to severe pain and potential complications like punctured lungs or damage to other internal organs. The most extreme danger, though rare, is death. This could occur if the impact of the belly flop causes a severe internal injury, or if a broken rib punctures a vital organ. Additionally, a belly flop can knock the wind out of you, and if you're not able to recover quickly enough, there's a risk of drowning, especially in deeper waters. So, while a belly flop might seem like a harmless, even funny swimming pool mishap, it's clear that the potential dangers are far from a joke. From surface-level bruising to life-threatening internal injuries, the belly flop is a dive that's best avoided. When we consider the risks involved, it's clear that the momentary laughter or the daredevil thrill of a belly flop is not worth the potential aftermath. It's always safer and smarter to dive correctly, respecting the water and your body's limitations. As you can see, a belly flop is not just painful, but it can also be extremely dangerous. Now that we know how dangerous belly flops can be, how can we avoid them? Well, dear friends, the answer lies in mastering the art of diving. When you dive correctly, not only do you look graceful, but you also protect yourself from the potential harm of belly flops. So let's delve into some key techniques to help you avoid belly flops. First and foremost, it's all about the approach. You need to generate enough momentum to propel your body forward. A strong, confident run-up followed by a powerful leap is the first step to a successful dive. Next, body position is crucial. As you leap off the edge, your body should be extended and streamlined like an arrow shooting through the air. Your arms should be extended above your head, creating a pointed line that will lead your body into the water. Then comes the all-important entry. The goal is to enter the water headfirst, with your body following in a smooth, continuous motion. To achieve this, you should aim to angle your body slightly forward as you dive, leading with your hands and allowing your body to follow in a single fluid line. And lastly, the key to avoiding belly flops is practice. The more you dive, the more comfortable and confident you'll become. So don't be disheartened if you don't get it right on your first go. Remember, even the best divers started from the beginning. But above all, it's essential to remember that safety comes first. Always dive in designated areas and never alone. Ensure the water is deep enough and avoid diving headfirst into shallow water. So there you have it, folks. With these tips and techniques, you'll be diving like a pro in no time, and most importantly, avoiding those painful belly flops. Remember, safety should always come first when diving. And with that, we're diving out of this topic, but we'll plunge into another exciting one in our next video. Until then, stay safe, keep practicing, and happy diving. So there you have it, the science and dangers behind belly flops. We've navigated the art of diving, plunged into the science that unfolds when a belly meets the water at speed, and surfaced the hidden hazards of the seemingly harmless belly flop. Remember, the seemingly innocent act of flopping onto your belly from a height can have serious consequences, from painful welts to severe internal injuries. But fear not, we also dived into how to avoid these painful missteps, because knowledge is power, isn't it? With the right technique and a little practice, you can dive smoothly and safely without the fear of a belly flop. We hope you found this deep dive enlightening. Here at Braintainment, we're all about feeding your curiosity and providing you with engaging and informative content. Thank you for watching Braintainment. If you've enjoyed this video and learned something new, do consider subscribing for more interesting content. Stay curious and keep learning. Yes, and keep